Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another week of TNA Sports. I am A.
I'm T.
Last week, everybody had a very good week. Comparatively speaking, Miss Barbie went 6-4. Me and T went 5-5. Miss Barbie is the only one with a winning record, 40-38-2. Me and T are both 35-43-2. But we're on the way up. We are going to finish with a winning record. I am bound and determined. We got 5 weeks, and starting with this week, we're doing it. So let's go to game 1. Boy, I'd love to go back to week 1.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, we have Arkansas at Auburn. Arkansas is a 4-point favorite. I just think Arkansas is a better team. Auburn's not able to throw to take advantage of that bad Arkansas pass defense. Arkansas's pass rush will dominate Auburn's defensive line. Arkansas and the 4 take the Hogs.
Yep, I pretty much agree totally on this one. Even though it's on the road, I just think Arkansas is a much better team, so I got Arkansas covering easy.
Okay, game number 2 is Oklahoma at Iowa State. And Oklahoma is a 1.5-point favorite. I don't know what it is about Iowa State. Teams always have more talent than them, but their coach gets the best out of what they got, and I'm just not sold after one good game by Oklahoma. So I'm going to pick Iowa State. All they got to do is cover 1.5, take the Cyclones.
I started with Iowa State, and something told me not to. And so I thought Oklahoma originally, but I'm like, no, I'm going to go with Iowa State since they're at home, and something just told me to go with Oklahoma, that they're going to put up some points, so I'm taking Oklahoma.
Okay, game number 3. The Horned Frogs of TCU is at West Virginia. TCU is a 7.5-point favorite. I honestly felt like they would be double digits here. I don't know what Vegas sees here. West Virginia is treading water bad. TCU is just playing very good right now. To me, they're the best team in the Big 12. Take the Horned Frogs in the 7.5. They'll probably win by double figures.
This is another game I changed. I originally had TCU, and I flipped it. I don't know what it is. I thought this line should be higher, but with my thinking was they're putting the line this low for a reason, and they're thinking West Virginia is going to keep it closer. And I went with TCU a few times this year, and they've been good to me, but something's telling me this time to take West Virginia. We'll see if it backfires.
Okay, game number 4. Ohio State Buckeyes is at Mount Nittany. Ohio State is a 15.5-point favorite. This is going to be my double-digit dog. Ohio State should beat them by double figures. I just don't think it'll get up to 16. At home, Penn State will at least have a backdoor cover, and they will play tough for a half, maybe 3/4. So I'm going with a Mount Nittany to cover the 15.5.
Yep, I don't know what it is. I think Penn State's going to keep this game really close. So I've had a good feeling about this one all week. So I'm going to go with Penn State to cover a lot closer.
Okay, game number 5 is the Oklahoma State Cowboys at Kansas State. Kansas State's actually a 1.5-point favorite. What does Oklahoma State got to do to be favored in a football game? I mean, they did everything but beat TCU. They've beaten everybody on their schedule besides that. Kansas State has injury issues at quarterback maybe. I'm going to be a man. They have really helped me. Every week I've got them, they have covered. So I'm going to be a Cowboy baby again. Take the Cowboys.
Yep, I pretty much agree, especially with Adrian Martinez leaving the game a little early last week. We're not sure about his health. I got to go with the Cowboys in this one.
Okay, game number 6 is Florida and Georgia. The old cocktail party. There will be a lot of alcohol here. But I'm not drinking right now, so I'm going to take Georgia. I normally don't like a lot of points, but Georgia at 22 and a half. I just don't. Florida's not playing good right now. I'm going Kirby Smart and the Dogs here.
Yeah, I'm going to take Florida on this one. I don't think Florida's going to win or nothing like that, but I think it'd be more like about 14 or 17, which is still a pretty substantial, you pretty much dominate a team if you win by 14 or 17. It's still a dominant performance, and I think that's about what we're going to get out of this game.
Okay, game number 7, Missouri at South Carolina. South Carolina's a 4.5 point favorite. Missouri have played everybody tough, but they do not have a lot of wins to show for it. South Carolina is a lot better team at home, and Shane Beamer, he just beats the teams he should beat. He don't hardly ever lose to a team he shouldn't. So especially at home, I'm going with the Fighting Chickens to cover the 4.5.
Yeah, I thought this line would be more, so I'm definitely taking South Carolina at home.
Game number 8, we have Kentucky at Tennessee. Tennessee's a 12.5 point favorite. Tennessee has an offense that's just about impossible to stop. Kentucky does have a good defense, but supposedly other teams have had good defenses too. I just feel like Tennessee, 12.5, the line's actually lower than I thought it would be. So I definitely take the 12.5 in Tennessee over Kentucky.
Yeah, I think Tennessee's just going to put so many points on the board. Kentucky's just not going to have the weapons to keep up.
Game number 9 is Ole Miss at Texas A&M. Ole Miss is a 2.5 point favorite. I went back and forth on this game. Texas A&M has been probably the most disappointing team in the nation this year. Ole Miss, their defense has got kind of shaky the past few weeks. And with it being in College Station, I'm going to take them to cover 2.5. They may only win by a point or two, but I look for the Aggievaders to cover.
I'm thinking this game, a lot of this line is coming from Ole Miss looking so bad against LSU. And really that game was pretty close for the most part till later in the second half. LSU just took over and the Ole Miss just got buried. I don't think Ole Miss is as bad as they looked in the second half of that game. So I'm thinking they cover by 7 to 10, something like that. So I definitely got Ole Miss.
The last game, the 10th game, Baylor at Texas Tech. The Red Raiders are a 2.5 point favorite. Shocks me that the line ain't bigger. In Lubbock, the Red Raiders are tough to beat. Ask the Longhorns. Do you go in there and you automatically win? No. So take the Red Raiders and that 2.5 and run with that.
Yep. I like Baylor. I've took Baylor a lot this year, but not at Texas Tech. I'm taking Texas Tech here to cover.
Okay, so what's Miss Barbie picking this week?
All right, so Barbie starts off. She's got Arkansas covering, Oklahoma covering, TCU covering, Penn State covering, Oklahoma State, Georgia, Mizzou, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Texas Tech.
All right, sounds like we're all going to probably have a good week again. We all was 500 or above, so I'm looking forward to another week like that. The season is getting toward the end. We're fixing to hit November next week down the stretch, so we appreciate you listening this week and every week. So long from TNA Sports.
See you guys next week.